A birthday, a fishing session, and a church. What do they have in common? Well, in the context of this video, don't be a headline reader. Or to be more precise, don't be just a headline reader. First of all, the birthday. Yesterday, I posted a blog entry on Facebook. I shared what I'd put on my website, and I had about 40 messages wishing me a happy birthday. It wasn't my birthday, it was my dog's. She was 15. She's so full of energy and life, and the message that I brought from that is don't let age become something that holds you back. No one's told her that she's 15 yet. She behaves, and everyone else who sees her thinks that she's a puppy, and that's how she behaves, like a puppy. But what happened on Facebook is that people saw the heading about a birthday. There was actually a picture of me and my dog as the lead image, and then they just assumed, without even clicking and seeing what the headline was about, that it was my birthday, and they all wished me a happy birthday. Don't get me wrong, it was nice. It was great to be wished a happy birthday in the middle of June, when actually your birthday in real is in April, the same day as Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, by the way, April the 21st. But people didn't click. They just posted happy birthday. In the end, it got so embarrassing, not for me, but for all those people, that I just quietly removed the post. People read a headline but didn't click and find out what the headline was all about. The fishing session this year, but a little bit back in time, again it was a post, a Facebook post, and it was me fishing in Wales. Well, actually at that stage it was an image, a picture, and then there was a link underneath, and I had this rant, absolute rant. It was during lockdown, about fishing and keep out of Wales, we don't want you here, the usual stuff. It was just like that. Actually, I did recognise the person. He used to be a troll or stalker on YouTube, because I used to have this guy used to come on as a bit of a stalker when I made the post, vote every post down, and then come out with these these comments. Anyway, I was very polite. I said, did you actually click on the link? Bang, back again, big rant. So the next time I said, did you actually click on the link? Because if you did, you'll find that fishing session, that blog entry, was actually before lockdown started. It was before we even had begun to think where we would be now. And then he removed his post, going on a rant based on a picture in that thing. It was me casting out into the sea, and then going on this rant based on that, then eventually taking it off. And then the church. I saw a headline. It was a newspaper online, and the headline was church gets £27,000 grant. And it was one of these articles where you can comment underneath, and there were a number of comments, and they were along the lines of disgraceful. They, as in like the council, they shouldn't give money to religious organisations. They shouldn't give money to these people. Churches shouldn't have money. Money should go to people who do a good work in the community. You get the idea, the sort of attacks that were in the comments. I did something really unusual, something bizarre. I'd actually clicked on the link and read it. I read the story, and the story was that a church had been given a grant, not from the council, but from a church's trust, to build an extension, because the church in question was already doing a fantastic work in the community. They'd got a project that was dealing with poverty. they'd got food bank, they had got a setup whereby they were even helping people get into work and employment. They were working with the community, underprivileged people, one-parent families, young people, you name it. That church was doing a fantastic job in their local area, and they just wanted to expand. So they'd got some land, they'd bought the land, and they were expanding their building so that they could then develop more of what they were doing in the community. And when you read that, and then you saw the comments, like the council, should not be giving money to these people, wasn't the council. About doing good work in the community, that's who you should be giving money to. Well, that's exactly what the church was doing. People on a rant based on a headline. So whether it's the birthday, which was a nice one, I did feel embarrassed really for people, because it was very nice, all these very nice comments. I hope you had a lovely day, Stuart. Happy birthday, Stuart. It was really nice. I appreciated that, but it wasn't my birthday. And people would have known that if they'd have clicked and then just gone through the blog entry that the photograph and the headline in particular was based on. The fishing session, making yourself look silly by going on this rant about fishing during the lockdown, when in fact I wasn't. As it happened, I fished every day of the year up to the lockdown, and then I didn't fish for 50 days. And then, when the government allowed us to take up our rods once more, I've been every day since. But going on a rant, a high blood pressure inducing rant, based on a picture of me casting out, just because that picture was posted at a certain time, didn't click the link and the headline to see actually when the date of that photograph was, when the actual action happened. And then the church, again, ranting and raving, anger based on a headline that all you need to do is just click and read for yourself. Don't be just a headline reader. I think more so in this day and age, with lots of information out there, that many people formulate their views and their opinions based on headlines without actually clicking and reading something for themselves. I've seen arguments, I have never been involved, but I've seen arguments in the past on Twitter, for example, where there's been a newspaper or a mail piece of some description, a media piece, and there's a photograph and an article or a headline, and the argument's developed, and numerous people have said to others, have you actually read it? Have you actually read what you're arguing for or arguing against? And I read it, and I know that they haven't by what they say. Don't be a headline reader or just a headline reader. Click and find out for yourself, certainly before you hit the keyboard or open your mouth or allow yourself to form opinions. Find out a little bit more about the subject in question.